That's fine.
Hey.
Hey. Hey, how are you?
You know what's better than asking people to leave our apartment?
What, Sarah?
Getting asked to leave other people's apartments.
You're right. That doesn't happen all too often.
But it happened this week.
You're
on
right.
this episode.
Oof.
Except for they did not ask us to leave by 9. Spoiler.
A
Colin
spoiler
and I
alert.
were there until 4 a.m.
Spoiler alert. Also, Colin is our special guest today, and you
Yes.
don't know who he is yet, party goers, but you will. You will.
Quite well.
Quite well. So, yeah, enjoy this episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome. I'm Tatiana. The party's already started, so come on in. But we only have one rule here. Please leave by 9. What? No, yeah, it's all there.
But
you're
on theirs.
No, I'm with them.
Yeah, but I thought you said us 3 and them 2.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, well, I'll switch over in a minute. Welcome to the party, Colin.
All right, it's 8 o'clock. You guys got to be out by 9. Remember.
We got an hour, Colin. That's
All right. That should be enough time, I hope. Today's show.
Yeah, I know.
Washington.
No, yeah, we're going to talk about Washington and everything pertaining to it. Because, Colin, can you give a brief synopsis about Washington?
Oh, no.
There's no brief snap.
It's not brief. We lost the briefs. I became a father. We lost friends. We made friends. Emotional roller coaster.
I think me and Colin became better friends.
Yeah.
Okay, here. Let me
It's
give us.
emotional.
All right. So what happened was us, Anna, Sarah, Cheryl, me, Tatiana, and Colin. And
Carly.
I'd never
Carly,
forget
this is for
Carly.
you.
Carly dearly.
Who got her new haircut
dedicated
right
to Carly.
before Washington.
this episode's dedicated to Carly. She's not dead. She just lives in Pullman, Washington, which is kind of the same thing. So us 7, 8, 7. 6. Us 6 flew into Seattle, Washington from Long Beach, and then we drove to Bellingham, Washington, which is 2 hours north. 1.5.
I learned how to drive a minivan. Became a father.
1.45.
Got my dad card. It's good.
So we drove to Bellingham with our minivan to celebrate my sister's 21st birthday. Because what better party than a Long Beach party, but in Washington?
Washington was different than Long Beach.
It
So
started snowing.
cold. It was so cold.
On our way out of LA, 2 airplanes got struck.
No,
by
we're not
lightning.
there yet.
We're not even to the airport yet. Where do we start?
No, I mean, we're not there in the
Rewind.
story yet.
Let's rewind.
That whole day was so traumatizing. Let's talk about the rain in Southern California.
Oh, yeah, before we left, it rained harder than it did while we were in Washington the entire time. The plane got struck by lightning twice. Not ours, but planes in general.
Yeah. Our plane they were in it to win it. It was
Yeah.
a couple of lightning strikes. We'll make it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We're good. We're cruising.
Right. So we're heading
So
to
now
Washington.
we're in Washington.
Yes.
In Bellingham, to be specific.
Yes. Which is a beautiful, cozy, kind of in the middle of nowhere town right by the Canadian border. It's 30 minutes out. Yes, no one lives. No, but yeah, it's like the last.
And it's
like,
a nice little college
yeah,
town.
yeah, it's
Lovely
cute.
little spot.
Home of Western Washington and Russian dumplings. It's a
Very
wonderful.
passionate about pizza and beer.
Yeah,
It's the
pizza
only
and
food
beer.
there.
It's all you can have. So, yeah, I guess our first, we got there Thursday. We partied on Friday until midnight, and that was like, what?
Past midnight.
Sorry, we partied past midnight. And I guess where do we start the story is we went to visit the campus, obviously, because my sister goes there. Is nice, is pretty.
Fun fact, used to be a nunnery.
The whole college used
Yeah.
to be a nunnery.
Wait,
Not
is that
anymore.
true?
Yeah, that's true.
Used to be a lot smaller. It
He-
was just like
that
the
was
main
not on the
admin
tour?
building. It
Yeah,
was.
I didn't know
No.
that.
No.
No, it wasn't.
Sarah doesn't remember. Sarah was drunk during the tour.
I was
which is
touching
all
trees.
admin now. Used to be just a nunnery.
We all had different intentions when we went to the
We
school.
saw what we wanted to saw. They had a cool sculpture, which you could pay $300 to climb if you wanted to, which was pretty cool.
You mean you get a $3,000 fine if you climb it?
$300 ticket if you
Ticket
climb.
Ticket to ride.
But you also break your leg at the same time.
If you
I
jump at the
believe
top,
in
you don't
Colin.
have
I don't
to.
think he would have broken his leg.
The last time he jumped off a thing, he broke both his feet.
That was not the last time I jumped off a thing, thank you.
I don't believe in him anymore.
Okay, so then from there, all of us go to a house party that my sister's boyfriend, who we will affectionately be calling Pop Tart because that is his name to me in my brain, Pop Tart threw a house party for my sister, whose name is Moon Moon.
Matt, right?
His name is
actual
Matt.
name? Yeah.
His real name is
Yeah,
Matt.
but
Her
he's
name
Pop
is
Tart
Moon
around
Moon,
here.
and I will be calling him Pop Tart. Is what I'm saying. Y'all can call him Matt if you want to, but I refer to him as Pop Tart. So he throws a house party with all of his roommates who are also my sister's friends, and then that is where I think
At his house.
At his
Code
house.
name, The Swamp.
The houses are so cool. We live in like a 3-bedroom apartment in Long Beach. It's shit. They have basements and weird things
They
and
also have
crooks
3
and
bedrooms, but they're
crannies.
all on top of each other.
And
It's
they're
pretty cool.
it used to be a brothel. Their house.
and their rent is much cheaper than ours.
Because
we-
houses are free outside of LA, in case you didn't
Yeah,
know.
we also little tidbit side information. We found a Barbie brush that they didn't even know about in their basement / first floor.
Nonsense.
We don't know where it came from. They don't know where it came from. Mystery.
Also, apologies for sounding like I've been smoking since I was 7 years old.
He has.
It's been a
He
long
has
week.
been smoking since
I
he was
have an
7, but he
issue. I'm
likes
working
to
on it.
try like he hasn't been.
I have some ginger tea. Maybe it's the cure. We'll find out.
But so that party.
To the party.
So the thing was that midnight was Tona's birthday. So that is when we went to the pizza beer place,
Oh, yes.
which was that's when Tona went over the limit, I think. Which that's her personal thing, but
Over the limit of 20 years old, into the limit of 21.
yes. But also like she would have been fine if she hadn't had beers bought for her there.
And also everyone was like, what's the strongest beer you have? Because you're not an actual bar. Yeah,
That
we'll
was
take
me.
the 12%. Thanks. 2 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what did her in.
Yeah,
The
that's what did her in.
12%.
And then before that, it was just funny just being in a college house because we're all graduated or still kind of in our last year of college. So we haven't been.
I'm not graduated. Don't group me in with you guys.
I never even went to college.
So, okay, so
Stop generalizing.
And I just started college again.
okay.
Tatiana is graduated.
Tatiana and Anna are graduated.
Anna and I are graduated, and basically, what I haven't been to like a real kind of frat house college party in a while. So this was hilarious because there's like the aux court DJ that Colin and I were messing with in the basement. You don't know how easy it is to put whatever song you want on. So what did Colin and I do? Well, first of all, we wanted Akon because we're
Oh
old.
yeah, oh yeah. The computer's just sitting on top of like a washing machine. Like it's,
Yeah,
it's the laundry
we-
room. It's just sitting on top
no,
of a
no.
dryer. We're
We-
like, hey, nobody's over here. We'll DJ. We got it. Don't worry. It's good.
We didn't want Akon collectively.
Yeah, we did.
Colin and
Don't,
Sean.
don't lie. Yeah, Trey Songz.
You
Bottoms
wanted
Up
Trey
by Trey
Songz.
Songz
Okay, that's
is my party.
But also, I don't want this house to be grouped into a frat house. It's not.
Yeah,
it's
it's
so
specifically
much
not
more.
a frat
Dreams
house.
come true here. Dreams do not come true at frat houses. I don't know.
it's a magical
Yeah,
place.
it's a magical place. The swamp is a magical place. So what do we do? I think the first minute I knew we were in something special is when Colin and I, he was there. My friend Carly and I put on what we call the hamster dance trap, where we play the hamster dance song 7 times, and then we might put a Drake song in the middle, so you think it's over, and then we'll put hamster dance on like 4 more times. So what do we
This
do?
is a move inspired by John Mulaney.
No, it's not. You know, I have not
100%
watched.
inspired by John Mulaney.
Talk about John Mulaney before you do this.
No,
Yes.
no. My sister.
Inspired by the song
That's one of his.
Maybe not intentionally.
My
That's one of
sister.
his oldest jokes.
My sister and I have talked about that, and she has my back. I would do this to her when she was in the shower. That's where it started. When we would have our playlist in the shower, and I would go in and mess with hers. So it would play the same song over and over again, and I would put another song because my Brianna, who's an evil genius, was like, "Put it in there, think it's over," and then we make it start
That's
again.
some evil sibling
No,
shit.
Tatiana does this.
Maybe
No.
maybe you inspired him. Who's
Yeah.
to say?
No. Yeah.
Anyway, so that's what you did.
Inspired by John Mulaney.
No. Okay. Anyway, so the Amsterdam trap happens, and that's when all the guys who live in the house came up to the first floor, and they got in a circle, and they all proceeded to line country
And by
dance.
first floor, we mean there's a upstairs and
Oh,
a
yeah,
basement. there's multiple
floors here. And they all danced in a circle to the hamster dance, and it was the best thing I've seen. I couldn't even record it because it happened too quickly. And if you didn't see it, I'm sorry you didn't see it because it was amazing.
A treasure.
Also, the best part of the party was a dog named Max.
Matt.
His name is Max.
Sarah, say it with me.
Sarah, what did
Matt.
Max.
Matt.
So, not to be confused with my sister's boyfriend who owns the dog, his name is Matt.
Why would you
Sarah?
name your dog so similar to
And
yourself?
very easily confused with each other.
So Sarah at one point was petting the dog. She was a little drunk at this point, maybe over a little. She was petting the dog, and I'm like, Sarah, we're gonna go.
He's sober.
And I'm like, are you having a good time? She goes, yeah, I really love Matt. And she's like petting the dog, just petting his head. And Matt.
I probably said Max.
No,
and they were
you
just making
you
this
said
up.
Matt. And so Matt was standing next to me, and he goes, "Yeah, you know it happens." he goes,
Maybe
"Yeah."
I just really liked Matt. I don't know.
It was a subliminal thing.
Quality
Yeah,
dog slash
they're
people.
both quality gentlemen.
people.
Yeah, that's it. So then
Good boys.
They're good boys. They're the bestest boys.
Some real good boys. Real
Colin,
quality
please elaborate.
boys.
I'd like you to go on this. Good boys.
They're just good boys.
Some good boys.
Okay, so then let's talk about when we go. This is probably one of the funniest things is when we go to the pizza beer bar when Tona turns 21, and guess who just up and leaves the restaurant and fucking runs like an Olympic sprinter out, and then
Okay.
Wait,
You
wait.
guys can tell your side, and then I'll tell my
Yes.
side.
Okay, so Sarah's sitting across from me, and we're with a bunch of people who don't know her. And yes, so we walked to this pizza bar from the swamp, and Sarah's sitting there, and we're all just like hanging out. And then Sarah's like, I need some air. And she walks out, and then the girl that was sitting next to Sarah, who I just met, and Sarah just met, was just like, is she okay? And I was like, she's fine. And then
it was something out of a TV show where like she's fine. We turn around to check on Sarah, and Sarah's literally palms up, like hands up, and she is sprinting down the street.
dead ass sprinting.
We all look at each other, and the girl is terrified because she's like, "Your friend just fucking booked it
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the way to like
So
whatever."
then we
and we're
track
like,
her.
She's fine. She's
We
fine.
track her, and she's fine. She's on the move. Like, we're like, she's fine. And then we question it.
No, she was like, is she gonna be okay? We're like, she'll be fine. And then we were like, maybe we should track her.
Okay.
And then we did, and she was at the house. So we were like,
So
she's
there are two
fine.
sides to every story. And I was warm inside that bar. And also, I did not want to pay to drink when there was free drinks at this house. So,
Also, rewind maybe 15, 20 minutes right before that on our way to the bar. Apparently, the locals thinks that's a sketchy area. We were on our way. I had a beer can. I went to throw it away in a trash can that I saw on our way to the bar. And they were like, no, stay out of that parking lot. You're going to get arrested or kidnapped or something. And I was like, I'm just throwing this beer away. It's fine. It's just a trash can right here. I'm just going to put my empty beer can in this trash can here. And they were like, get away from that area. And I was like, guys, chill. It's fine.
but so I leave because I wanted to go back. And I was like, I feel like I can get back, but I do not know where I am. I walked there, but following somebody else. But then I was like, this is taking too long. So I started running because I was like, this is much faster. And then I was like, oh shit, I'm in the Pacific Northwest and there's lots of serial killers here. And then I freaked myself out.
And an abandoned
then-
motel.
I don't even think I went past the abandonment hotel. I don't know how I got home.
I think you went behind it.
But I also, yeah.
I followed you the back way.
But I also like trampled through some bushes. But I walked down the wrong street. I was like, this isn't right. And then I made it back.
Hobbit.
I made it back.
Adventure.
I was fine.
You got the
Everybody
ring to
there was
Mordor.
like, why is she so glad she's back? And I'm like, I never thought I'd see this place again. But it was just my own personal journey.
I love how we had so much faith in you, Sarah.
So much
and then,
faith.
And then the next morning, Sarah's like, "Oh, I got lost," and we were like, "The fuck? We thought you were fine."
I woke up with scratches on my legs. I was like, I don't know what bushes I crawled through, but I made it back.
All in shock.
We were way too confident in your ability because everyone in like Washington was like, "Oh no, does she need help?" And we're all like, "Nah, she's gone through a bush before."
I mean, I'm fine. I proved
But
that.
this
I'm
is
fine.
also like a legit thing in our group where we always
don't
think we're gonna be
often run
fine.
away.
No, just we have so much faith in each other to be fine that we never pay attention to each other. We don't ever check. It's not until someone else is like, "Yo," they just left. They're sprinting away from you. Are they
too long.
okay? And we're like, "Oh yeah, that's not normal behavior."
People don't do that. It's a whole thing. And then, okay, so then later that night. So then after that, we all walk back. We find Sarah at the house, thank God, because we all knew that would happen. But everyone's like, "Sarah's here," and all of us are playing it cool. We're like, "Yeah."
I also
Yeah,
like the part of the
course.
story where
God, she's
Colin
there.
had a beer pong partner, and
Yeah.
somebody was like, "We need gentlemen's. We're all gentlemen's here." And
Oh
Colin's
my
beer
God.
pong partner was like, "I'm not a gentleman. I got
Okay.
swag."
So right when we got there, first 5 minutes we show up, we're introducing ourselves to anyone. I meet this guy. His name's Jordan. Jordan's his name.
Got
yeah,
nose
nice
piercing.
man. Introduction to like, "Hi, Colin, nice to meet you." He's all, "Hi, Jordan. I'm pretty sure I blacked out 15 minutes ago." I'm like, "Oh, awesome, let's do it." And he's like, "Do you want to play some beer pong?" I'm like, "I'm in, let's go."
Also, quick thing, I guess Jordan never drinks.
Jordan, the thing my sister told me like the next day was like, Jordan doesn't remember anything. Jordan doesn't drink really.
But Jordan was drinking and doing great.
Because he had swag.
He was confident, and confidence is key. It's always key. That's the most important thing. But yeah, so we were playing our game of beer pong. It was good. He didn't really know the rules, but he
No.
was passionate about the rules he did know.
Very passionate.
And I was like, just gonna get.
Carly was into it. Yeah.
And then Carly, our friend Carly, was so mad at him, but she was like, she whispers to me, she goes, "How mad can I really be at him? He's not gonna remember anything, but the boy's got swag." He's got swag. So we all knew.
Guys, it's fine. He doesn't know what he's doing. Just let him play by his rules. We'll play an actual game later. Let's just let. He's gonna be home soon. We'll just play this game how he wants to play it, and then it'll be fine. It's good.
And he disappeared. And that was.
And then he got his chicken and he went home.
Okay, so then now we're at like the end of the night, and they also play King's Cup weird, but we're not gonna get into that. California
So
King's
many
Cup.
weird rules.
California King's Cup and Washington King's Cup are two completely
In
different
Jenga,
animals.
We played like Truth or Dare Jenga and their
Oh,
rules.
yeah.
Like we needed somebody every time to
They
be
did-
like,
yeah.
"What does this mean?" And they're like, "Take your clothes off," and we're like, "Nah."
The people who made the Jenga game had no idea what they were doing.
They were on drugs.
Apparently, the origin of that Jenga game is that the three people who made it blacked out when they were making it, and they don't even remember the rules. So when you asked them, because my sister told me this, because her boyfriend Pop-Tart was one of the founders, he was like, "Yeah, I don't remember." So whenever anyone asks me, I just go, "Take off your clothes," because he doesn't remember any of it.
Yes. So towards the end of the night, from what I know is like Tatiana, Carly, Anna, and I decide to go home, but Sarah and Colin
We
stay.
party people. Why would we go home?
So they're party people, and then I'm gonna let them take over after, like, I say this. So then, but here's the one thing that will come up later: Carly and Anna and Sarah too. A lot of us are. I'm not gonna say kleptomaniacs, but we do. but we do when we visit.
I'm not gonna say that because that would be admitting to our need to steal
I
things
didn't
that are
get
not ours.
my results at the end of the night.
But
Colin
we
didn't
do,
pull through.
But we do like taking things from parties. And so Carly was like, "Tatiana, I am in love with this baby shot glass that looks like a barrel." And I said, "Carly, I would, on a normal day, I'd say, no, you can't have that. But because there's so many other shot glasses and things
And
going
I've had
on,
so much to drink.
and I've had so much to drink, I don't care. As long as you hide it well and we never speak of this moment again, I think we'll be fine." And so, you know what? And then she put it in your pocket, Colin, right? Yeah.
One of my pockets, and we'll come back to that shot gas later. It comes up.
But so I don't quite know Colin's part of the
Yeah, so
night,
you go
but
first.
then So I was with a man, and I was criticizing his tattoos. He's like, "This is my tattoo. This is a bird." And I was like, "That's not a bird." And he's like, "Yeah, this is a beacon." I was like, "That doesn't look like a bird." But then, I don't know. Well, things lead to things, and I'm making out with him. And then I see Colin come up through the doorway, and he, like, puts his back against the doorway and goes, "You good?" And I go, "Yeah," and he goes, "Cool," and slides down the doorway and down the stairs, and I was like, "Wow, Colin really cares."
I do.
But then, like, I don't know, then that's the last I've seen of Colin for a while. And then I come downstairs later, and I think I'm alone, but Colin's still here, and I was like, "Oh, what? Like, let's go home." And he's like, "Yeah." And then I was like, "Okay, like, didn't you come with a jacket?" And then he, like, "Where are your boots?" And then so he, like, finds his boots.
These are
and
the
then
questions.
Matt walks out, sweet Pop-Tart with, he was taking care of Tona without a shirt, and Colin tries to take off his shirt. And he's like, "Oh, we're taking off shirts now." I'm like, no, we're finding clothes. We're finding clothes. Put your shirt on.
Colin has a history at parties to always take his shirt off and always lose his
That
shirt.
solves so many
Sarah,
mysteries.
so when Sarah told us that as soon as he saw one other person at the party with no shirt on and he tried to take off his shirt, it made sense to us. This is how this happens.
It's not entirely accurate. It is actually quite rare that I take my own shirt off.
He just thinks people like to strip him. I don't
Yeah.
know. Never
It
personally
actually-
witnessed
it.
it.
More than one time.
Yeah.
More than one time.
But
I know you.
you
would.
just like to follow the crowd. You know, you're trying to fit in.
Hey man, the crowd follows me.
But then, so, like, Colin and I, we get home, and I'm, like, opening the door, and I'm just like, okay, like, Colin, I just go to where Cheryl is, and he's like, yeah, and I'm like, okay, but I was very concerned for some reason that he was going to walk into the wrong room, because I wasn't really sure
on the
if it
first
was
floor?
left or right on the first floor.
Yeah, because we're on an
And I was just
Airbnb.
like,
We're in an
Colin,
Airbnb.
Go to where
Yeah.
Cheryl is. And he was like, "I know where Cheryl is." And I was like, "Okay, go to her." And he's like, "I know where Cheryl is."
And so,
I was like,
okay, so
"Oh,
while
no."
this is happening,
and then I was like, "Okay." And then he's like, "You live in the basement." And I was like, "I do, but go to where Cheryl is."
so while this
and
is
then I just leave and go downstairs.
while this is happening, Carly is on the first floor. So in the Airbnb, there's a first floor that has 2 rooms, and then in the basement, technically, it's got many other rooms. So Carly is in the other room that's not Cheryl's. So so Colin's got a 50-50 chance to find Cheryl. Sarah's coaching him through it. Carly is sitting.
Although I should know where I'm going. It's a left. It's
You should.
obviously a left. That's where. Like,
You're right. It was a
all
left.
knew that.
the mystery.
Yeah, I
No.
knew that.
I didn't
We-
know that. I
I
wasn't
knew
quite
that.
sure which way was which. I'd never
You
been
know,
in
it's
either
okay.
of
It
their
was
rooms.
4 a.m. So Carly hears this because the walls are paper thin. So Carly hears this. She sits up in her bed with like her covers all the way to her chin, and she's like, "He's coming in. I know it. He's coming in." Because she literally recounts everything Sarah just said without because Sarah told us later what she was saying. But Carly's like, "Yeah, Sarah was just saying. Do you know where Cheryl lives?" And Colin's like, "Yeah, I know where Cheryl lives." So Carly's hearing all of this, and she goes, he's gonna walk into this room. I know it." So then Sarah leaves, and then all of a sudden the door on Carly's room slightly opens, and then out pops a iPhone flashlight in her face, and then Colin is like, "What are you? Whoopsies! Whoops! Whoops!" And then he quickly closes the door and continues on his way. So all of that where Sarah was like, "You know, you got to do this," and Colin's like, "Yeah, I know what I'm doing," and he still walked into the
I was warranted
The
for
wrong
questioning
room.
him.
Defend yourself, Colin.
My favorite is the whoops.
Whoopsies. Hey. Flashlight didn't even go all the way into
But
the
Colin,
room.
do
No
you-
harm, no foul.
Do you remember this night?
I remember most of that night.
I remember the next
all of that
morning.
night. It was late. I don't remember most things. I don't have a great memory. I do remember
driving
the
to
where
the
does Cheryl
brunch
live
with
part.
Colin.
I don't remember the going into Carly's room part. I do remember going to bed though, in the bed that was mine. Earlier in the night, everyone left. There was still a bunch of people there. So we had met Matt and Rex in Tahoe a couple, like 6 to 9 months prior, because we had a Tahoe trip, and that was great. So they were friends, and I was just hanging out with them. And then, oh my God, I sound like I've been smoking since I was born. Oh my God. This is great. I have some ginger tea. It's not helping as much as I wanted it to. But yeah, so yeah, Tona's 21st. She had a good time. She was on the back end of it, so I was helping her through that. It was a good time. I was there for her, I think. So that was good. We got a trash can. It was Matt's.
Tona did tell me the next day, she goes, if anything, Colin stayed to help me. And they would literally, when I was leaving, I was like looking at Tona because she's newly 21 and very drunk. I'm like, Tona, you good? And then I look at Colin. I'm like, Colin, you good? And then they look at each other, and I shit you not. I don't know if you remember this. She barely remembers it. They go, blah, 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 and then Tona goes, blah, 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 and then Colin's like, ah, blah, 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 blah. And they
100%
literally
remember
fucking
that.
talking to each other like twins, newborn twins who don't, like, no one knows what the fuck they're saying. And
it was
they're
actual literal gibberish.
yes,
Like,
and
that's
but they're
exactly
looking at
what
each
we
other
said.
and laughing and looking at each other, and then they look at me like, we're fine, and I'm like, y'all are fuckers. Okay, bye.
I was like, yeah, we got it. We got each other. We're fine.
And so the next morning, we share these stories, which of course is always great.
Over brunch, of course.
Tona threw up on the way to brunch. She was like, pull over.
She politely asked us to pull over.
It's very
and
sweet.
to open the door.
Please pull over. And I thought like almost like she forgot something, or like maybe she left her like jacket was stuck in the door or something. That's how polite she was about
But
it.
when you turned around, you saw her sticking her head out the window, which was a bad sign. But we were also like, well, we can't stop yet, so just throw up out the window.
We
She was
also
fine,
only
though.
opened the window when, like, I knew she was gonna throw up, and we just rolled down the window, and I was like, let her get out of the car.
Stick your head out
Does
the
she get a
window, you'll be
chance to get out?
fine.
Are we trapping her in here?
Like, she's 21. Let her do it.
But then after brunch, we all just like kind of napped, because the last time I stayed up until 4 a.m., I think that might have been the first time I stayed up until 4 a.m. Actually, I've never. That's not my life.
Speaking of staying up till 4 a.m., some of us went to bed at like 6:30, 7 o'clock last night.
Right now?
That was just today. Yeah. It's a little foggy right now. It's just my life. I have to go
But
to
then-
work in like a couple of hours.
But then we like go out again, because that was like Tona's birthday, and now it's like, let's go to bars with Tona,
The
and they
party.
come over
The party.
to go to bars, and Matt sees.
And this is the moment. Remember when we told that story about Carly taking a shot glass?
Yeah, that was
Well,
like
and-
5 minutes ago.
And we're back. So here we are. Carly, that night when we came home, besides Colin and Sarah, we all come back. Carly takes her shot glass out, her prize, and she puts it on the counter for all to see because we're all marveling at this. And the next night, and then we like come back and from brunch, we nap, we do whatever. We don't really clean up. It's an Airbnb, whatever. And then they come over later. And then all of a sudden, Matt is sitting at the kitchen table. He looks up.
It's not Matt, it's Tona that says it.
No, well, Matt goes, well, no.
No.
Matt goes like this. He goes, that looks familiar. And then Tona's like, did you take the fucking shot glass from the
Tona's
party?
the one that goes, hey, that shot glass looks familiar.
No, it was
You're
Pop-Tart.
remembering wrong.
No, it was Pop-Tart because he was really nice about it. And
No,
Tona's the
Tona
one
was
that
really
ratted
nice
us
about
out.
Okay, rock, paper, scissors about the truth. Right now, go. All right,
I'm-
Sarah won. Sarah
Wait,
knows
so
the
let me
truth.
tell you what happens.
Okay, I'm just gonna tell
Tona
us the
tells
truth.
me about how to put my eyeshadow on. And she says that Morphe palette you can use with your finger and you don't need a brush. And that's what I remember from that night.
All right, so
Yeah, no, because Matt is Pop-Tart's such a nice boy, he would not say anything.
No, he did.
So it's Tona
No,
that
no.
was like,
no.
hey,
You want to know why
that
I'm right?
shot
You want to
glass
know why
looks
I'm right?
familiar.
Because Tona says this all the time. Matt is secretly sassy. He is the sassiest man.
No.
Yes,
It
he's
was
very
only
sassy.
sass. It
I
was
want to
only
call him
Tona.
right now. I'm gonna call him right
Wait,
now.
what does Cheryl remember?
Cheryl.
I remember Tona.
Yeah,
bringing
Tona
it
said
up,
it.
and I remember seeing like Matt see it.
I know that Tona. No, but I know what I remember. You're dramatic, Tatiana.
Yeah. Hi, Moon Moon. I have a question. So remember that time Carly stole a shot glass?
Yeah.
Oh, you're also on the podcast right now.
Oh, hi.
Moon Moon, I need you to clarify something. Matt was the when Matt was the first one who noticed.
Objection. No, shut up. Leading
Matt.
the subject. Leading the
So
subject.
my thought was that Matt was the first one who noticed the shot glass sitting on the counter, and he goes, "Oh, that looks familiar." And you're the one who was like, "You stole that from the party."
But Tona
Yes
was
or no?
the one who was like, "Oh,
No,
that
wait,
looks-
Tona, what do you remember?
No, it was more of a, oh, that shot glass looks familiar.
Wait, who said that? You or him?
One of us said it.
Tona!
We know that.
Tona! Who said it, Tona?
I think it was Matt.
I don't think it was Matt."
It was Matt. Where's Matt?
No.
Put him on the phone.
He's not here. He's doing homework.
But Matt's not the one who confronted us.
No, he's
Tona
not the one who
did.
confronted. Tona confronted us, but Matt was the one who brought it up.
Tona, can I ask you something?
Exactly.
Wait, say that one more time.
He wasn't going to say anything about it, but I said something about it.
But like I heard him go, "That looks familiar," and I
But
looked
that's
at Pop Tart,
literally
and
what
then you
Tona
said,
when, "Hey,
No,
that shot glass looks
"No,
familiar."
Tona, you said you stole that, didn't
So
you?"
you guys are both right. He wouldn't have said anything, and then you said something for him.
No, nobody said you stole that. That was just fucking implied.
It
No.
was implied. I wouldn't have said it so bluntly.
Yes, you would have.
She wouldn't have. She
I need to call Brianna now.
She wasn't there.
No, I'm joking. This was a
Tona.
character testimony. I just want her to clarify that you would have said that.
Tona, the moral of the lesson is you saved my life because you told me how to put my eyeshadow on that night, and that's all I care about.
Tona, okay, while we have you on the phone, is there we're talking about the Washington trip and going through it. Is there anything you want to add? Any fun story or whatever?
To the other than me waking up drunk and then you having to pick me up in the van.
And yeah, we already talked about the story of you throwing up in the van. Yeah, with no shoes on.
Oh, yeah.
No, not
It
yet.
wasn't- no,
Not
no,
yet,
That
that's
was
on Sunday.
that day. That was Sunday. I don't know. After brunch, I fell asleep,
We all did.
We all did.
and then I woke up and was like, "All right, it's time to party." And then I went over. I went over to where you guys were.
Where
Or
Tona
got-
said,
did I
"Hey,
pick
that
up
shot
pick
glass
the
looks
map first?
familiar."
Yes, and then I said, and then he said, "Oh, that looks familiar." And
See,
then
he
I-
said that though. That's what I said. Is
Did
that what he
He
said?
repeated it louder.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Okay, so we're both
But
right.
Tona didn't say, "You fucking stole that." That's not a Tona.
She
thing to
didn't say fucking. Well, she does say fucking, but she didn't say. But
No, I
in
said-
in my brain, she said.
She
"You
said
stole
nothing
that."
about stealing that. She
No.
said, "Hey, where'd you
I
get
s-
that shot glass?"
That's what I said.
Oh, that's it. That is what. Well, in my brain, that meant you stole that.
No. Your brain
I
is
said, "Ask
wrong.
Where did you get that shot glass?" And then Carly was just like, "Just take it."
So basically, the moral of the story is Carly was found out, and then she was like, "You can take it." But then Matt, being the nice, kind soul that he is, was like, "No, it's okay."
I would also like to mention that I tried to sneak out a spork that was small or something.
Wait. Okay.
What
Wait.
did you try to do?
Wait. No. She never. No. Tona's never heard
It
of this.
didn't work.
Oh wait. Never mind. Maybe you shouldn't know this. Okay.
I
Well.
do. Tell me now. You have to.
It didn't work, Tona. I didn't get my utensil. Colin didn't pull through. I put it in his pocket and I couldn't find
Colin's fault.
It's all Colin's fault that I couldn't get utensils.
Steal utensil. She was trying to steal the utensil.
Steal is a strong word.
My guilty brain says that's true.
But Colin couldn't finish it.
Thank you for clarifying that I was wrong. You didn't help me at all, but it's fine. We'll
Just
talk.
know that you're wrong.
Okay, thank you. We'll talk
Sit
to
in
you.
your wrongness,
Yep.
be wrong.
Yep. I'm gonna sit in my wrongness and be wrong. All right. So we'll talk to you later. Bye, Moon.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Yeah, so after all of our thievery went to waste, Saturday night we went bar hop. I don't remember this at all. Did I? How much did I drink? I don't remember.
We just played very
pizza, right?
expensive pinball.
Very expensive. Yes.
The pinball was expensive.
You guys didn't even spend your own money on pinball.
I
You're
didn't
right. I
even
spent your money on
No,
pinball.
Tatiana spent your money. I didn't even get to play pinball because I was like, "Oh, this looks fun," and she's like, "I got this," and moves in front of me. She's played 4 games before
I
that.
didn't get to play pinball either. I bought a whole roll of quarters.
I played one
It's
game
fine.
that
I'm
Colin
fine.
gave me coins for, and I was like, I'm so bad. So I ran downstairs and gave Colin back his coins. I was like, don't waste these on me.
You're making this whole trip's making me sound like I'm evil and I'm like I can't remember shit. Maybe that's true. Maybe it's not.
Can we actually just like really quickly go back to the brunch part? I had the best gluten-free pancakes of my life.
I had an omelet with so many olives.
Yeah. So the thing about Bellingham too is that
Fucking
they're
good brunch.
they're very like they're very conscious of vegan and vegetarianism, whereas like maybe some places wouldn't be. So the fact that we were traveling with a very select
But also,
diet.
they grouped us onto a table meant for 4 people, while there was 2 people sitting on a table meant for like 10 people.
Yeah.
It was odd. It was very
you make
odd.
a reservation and then you gotta
Yeah.
wait 20 minutes.
But
once
you
get
you
there
can honestly
because
touch.
they sat 2 dudes
yeah.
at your 8 tabletop.
You can
and then
honestly
you gotta get
touch-
your own water also, so that's nice.
Yeah.
It's a good time for everyone.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah.
Getting your own water was ridiculous,
You
especially because
could-
we were all hungover as shit.
Yeah.
So then Matt would get up and he would literally do a whole like conveyor belt of waters because we were that bad.
And the cups were really small.
Yes, they were. You could literally share everything with everyone. You could touch
You
everyone's
could
faces.
literally embrace
And then
the person across
The only
table
person you
from
didn't want to share with was Tona because she ordered vegetarian double chili, and we were like, "What does that mean?" But we just.
Nobody wanted the.
Not
we
even
didn't even
Tona
understand.
wanted
Even
it.
Matt didn't get that part. He didn't get that.
Yeah, so brunch was an interesting.
That was good. Well, okay, so then we do the pinball bar. Then we go to the other bar that has games. We play Clue, Boardwalk Clue, which is I don't think real, and I think we made that up.
I think I fell asleep.
You helped Cheryl and I.
Sarah fell asleep in the bar.
I definitely fell asleep.
I was trying to make it
with your eyes open. And then, but here's the saving grace of the night that we actually talked about last night because we were just drinking last night, and we were like, you know what would make this better? Russian dumplings.
The greatest dumplings
The
I've
holy
ever
grail of
so
all life.
good.
Hands down.
Who
Hands
knew
down.
Washington had fantastic
knew?
Russian
Washington. All they know.
The place had 2 options, meat or potato, and everything. And they had great bread, great toppings, all these sauces, sour cream, curry powder, cilantro.
And it was only 2 people working that whole
Only
thing.
2 people.
And
They
they had
did
a
a
line
great
out the
job.
door, and they were efficient, and it was just like the purest college town like
Yeah.
experience I've had in a long time.
So we decided last night while we were Yelping that there's something wrong with Yelp because there's no Russian dumplings in the area.
That's exactly what we thought. Yelp must be broken if we can't find a Russian dumpling store near us. But like, okay, so then we end on that beautiful note where we're like, Russian dumplings. Didn't know we needed it, but we do. And
there
then
was also a great trip to Fred Meyer's. Where we all spent
oh, all right.
way too much
If
money.
you okay, wait. Okay, I know we shouldn't bring up store names and brands, but here, if Fred Meyer, if you want to sponsor us, just know that we went to your store not expecting anything, but we came out wearing all matching Columbia jackets.
Also, part of me losing my clothes at that party was because everybody had the same rain jacket that I did. I had to choose between 3 different Columbia rain jackets, and I was like, this one fits the best, I think. So then I went home with that one.
That had nothing to do with it. He just wanted
Part
to
of it.
take his shirt
Part
off.
of it. If it was just my jacket sitting on the couch, I would have been like, that's my jacket, and here we go. But there was like 3 of them all over the house, and I was like, I don't
But
know.
he still wanted to take all of his clothes off.
Hey,
Hey.
leave me alone.
But yeah, so this episode is not sponsored by Fred Meyer, but we wish it was.
But I wish it was. And
The
honestly,
thing okay, but we need to do a public service announcement for Californians who don't know what Fred Meyer
Yeah,
is.
yeah, we do.
It's basically a cross between a Target, a Walmart, and a Kohl's.
but we got wait, where did that close?
Also kind of a Macy's.
Almost like an REI a little bit.
Yeah,
Don't you
REI
group Walmart in there.
and Safeway.
No, I want to group.
Also Safeway.
Yeah. So we got every section.
They
here.
had a beer garden.
Yeah.
with growlers that you could fill up.
There was a lot there, and you know what? It was large, and we all got lost at one point.
Everything was on sale.
Yeah, everything was on sale.
Everything was
oh
on
my god,
sale.
like 70%
Columbia
off.
was like
everything.
40% off.
It was crazy. No, it was closed, but it was also just
So
everything.
because we were Californians who didn't know rain really, so when we got there, we were like, we should probably buy rain flies or just like rain jackets, and they were all on sale.
Really think that on
No.
their own. The Fred Meyers told us
Yes.
you should buy rain
They were like,
jackets.
what, 50% off Columbia Select Wear? That's
So
us.
like when
That's
you're
me.
trying things on in the mirror, there's like a little tiny
Oh,
speakerphone
yeah.
or something that whispers to you and is like, you need this.
You
And
look
it's-
great
you're
in
just
this.
kind of possessed in the moment,
Yeah.
and you buy everything.
And so we all showed up to my sister's house wearing Columbia jackets. She goes, what the? She's like, wait, what? And we're like, we went to Fred Meyer. And she goes, oh, that makes sense.
Because none of us had any snow or rain weather, because it doesn't snow or rain in LA, except for now it does. So
yeah, except for the
no-
day
so-
we
so
left.
now we're prepared. Since we went to Washington, it started snowing down here, which is great. Because yay weather,
Yay, weather.
you know.
So Sunday's the day that we left, right?
Snowed.
So yes.
They
It
made us get to the
snowed.
airport like 4 fucking hours early because they were scared of the snow. And I was a little upset because I just wanted to touch trees.
Yeah,
They made us be at the
Tatiana-
airport for 4 hours.
Tatiana and Colin, the dads of the group.
It was me, Carly, and Colin, because here's the thing about snow driving is that, like, yeah, when we left, it was easy, but it wasn't going to be easy if we waited 30 minutes because people...
Totally easy.
No, because people get into accidents.
Colin, what did we see on the way to the airport?
We saw many upside down cars, a couple of pileups.
But
The works.
Carly wouldn't let that happen.
No, we did have Blessed Carly driving the
Also,
minivan.
I'm pretty sure I saw some wildlife on the way there. I didn't really concern myself about driving.
Some
I thought we were gonna be
wildlife.
fine.
What does
I
that
saw
mean,
some
Anna?
animals.
Oh, you saw...
while we
What
were
animals did
driving.
you see, Anna?
We saw
Deer.
yeah. Sarah pointed out deers.
Like the crackers in your soup?
no.
Hares.
Hares.
Like the bunny.
Yeah, like the bunnies.
Like some hairy rabbits?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we just saw a lot of wildlife, and I thought we weren't gonna get this if it didn't snow. You know. So it was a special time for me sleeping in the back.
we drive all the way in the snow, and apparently it was the first snow Bellingham has had like that season, so it was a big deal. So all the troopers and all the state police were out there on the road already ready for all of this to happen, which was pretty cool on their part. So we get to the SeaTac airport in Seattle, and that's when we just kind of hung around because we were really early because we're dads, and that's when the Super Bowl was happening.
But we watched 0 of it.
But there was a good reason to get there early when we finally got there because I ran into a little bit of problem.
Wait, before Cheryl tells the story, here's the thing. We always joke that, like, at TSA. So here's the thing also that you need to know about the story. The government has been shut down. Yes, that was a thing. But the government reopened when we were traveling. So the TSA was in full fucking force. They were all there. And what happens? Usually it's me that gets flagged. But no, it was Cheryl. Cheryl, please. And then you also...
Slightly flagged.
Okay, and Sarah also.
You got flagged for the quick line. You got the fast pass.
That was Carly and Anna.
So I gotta tell that side of the story. So Carly goes in this fast pass line, like when you're at Disneyland, you get the fast pass. And I was like, damn.
She's cute or
She's
something. I don't
lucky.
know.
And then they call me to go in the fast pass line. So I run down. I mean, there is no one. It's just Carly and like
terrifying.
2 men and me.
There's a party of
And-
6 of us, and they section
Yeah,
off
yeah.
Carly and Anna, and they're like, go in this back room,
Yeah, yeah.
and we were like, why don't we get to
So
go?
Carly and I go through TSA like in 2 seconds. They didn't check anything. I'm pretty sure I probably had some liquid in there. They didn't care. So I go through. We're through. We get through. We're like, oh shit, it's been like 10 minutes, and we're at the thing. We're like, I don't think they're here. So I call everybody. Nobody answers. Finally, somebody calls me back, and it's like, we'll meet you at the gate. And I had to get the story out.
Sarah, give context for the guy checking the bags.
Well, so I go through and the guy and I get like my bag is pulled and I'm like, fuck, like what? What did I forget to pack? And then he's like, I think you know what this is for. And I was like, holy shit. Like, I go through my mind. I'm like, what do I have in there? I don't know. And he pulls out my wallet and he's like, it's the coins. And I was like, oh. He's like, you need to make an appointment with Coinstar. And I'm like, okay. He's like, why do you need this many pennies? And I'm like, I don't. That's the problem. I don't use them. And then, yeah. So that's the guy. He's very nice. He seems kind of new. He's young.
also very
He's a cute
new.
boy.
I think he was training, right? Okay.
Yeah, probably.
So Sarah goes through. Tatiana's like, oh, they got the coins for Sarah.
I was watching Sarah, and like so Sarah was standing in front of him, but like you can see his monitor lit up, and he's like going through it. You can tell he's in training because he kept flashing the pictures like big, small, and I was like, dude, it's her coins. And then I'm like, it's the coins, but I'm telling Cheryl that, not him. And then like sure enough, he's like, do you know you have this many coins? I think you know what this is. So he was definitely in training. He had another person come and help him. So I'm like watching his screen, and like they didn't flag me, and then they get Cheryl, and I'm like, this guy's too new. I don't even believe what Cheryl's gonna get caught on because this guy's that new.
Okay, so they first pull my backpack, and they're like, he's like, you know, they just flagged this. I think it's the right size container. It just looks bigger. And then he pulled out my face moisturizer and was like, yeah, see, this is only like 2.7 ounces. That's under the 3, like, whatever limit. And he was like, you're fine. And then he puts that, and then I was like, I'm not fine. My suitcase was also tagged. So then he was like, oh, this is yours? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, oh, okay. And he pulled it aside, and I think...
So Cheryl is having an out-of-body experience right now. So Cheryl doesn't really... So I'm watching this happen, and Colin and I are sitting there watching Cheryl go through this. So they get the one bag, and it's like obviously the most, it's got like the liquid in it. Of course she's going to get flagged for that. She gets flagged for that. Then they bring her suitcase, and then that's when we were like, oh shit, what's Cheryl fucking harboring in there? And so then they're going through it, and the guy's concerned because both of Cheryl's items are like contained, and that's like warranted for TSA. And like that means more than one TSA agent should be there. So then they're going through. But the best part about it is that they go through Cheryl's bag, and Cheryl is the world's best packer. So everything Cheryl has is stacked into everything else.
They bust open the suitcase. They're like, ma'am, why do you have 9 pairs of shoes in here?
They're like, ma'am, there are 9 pairs of shoes in here. And then like they'll pull out a shoe that's connected to another shoe, and then they'll pull inside of her shoes is like a bunch of socks and underwear and shirts, and they're like, ma'am, and then they'll pull in like through the other one, and it's her toothbrush and shit. And I was like, damn.
They get
Cheryl,
all the way to the bottom.
They get all the
and
way to the bottom.
It's some baby wipes.
It's
They're
all
like,
it is baby wipes. But
this is a chemical threat to our plane.
yeah, they're like, this is awful. But here's the thing. This goes on for like longer than it should. And so the line's super fucking backed up. Everybody's looking at Cheryl like she is a security threat. And you look up. So this is gone on for maybe 10 minutes of just Cheryl being interrogated. You can tell they want to take her into the back room, but they don't know how to tell her. And because it's like, it's taken that long where they can't find out what's wrong. So they're like, maybe we should take her. They're whispering to her. They're like, back room? What do we do? And then you look up, and in like the walkway is literally, I shit you not, Colin and I looked up, 7 TSA agents are standing up there
Watching from above.
looking
They're
at
just
Cheryl
like,
because they're like, this is
ready
the
to
best.
pounce. They're
Yeah,
like,
they're ready to
"Something's gonna
pounce.
happen."
They're ready on call.
They all had their hands on
Yeah.
their hips, like
Yeah,
they
had
were
their hands.
prepared to get their walkie-talkies. They're like whatever
They were-
like,
yeah.
weapons they had. They
Yeah,
were ready.
they were ready. They
Not
were
to
all
call the
standing
National
there,
Guard.
and
They're like,
and their eyes were not leaving Cheryl. And I looked up at them, and I looked at Colin, and I'm like, Colin.
So the
They're
scariest
ready.
part about this though is we were flying Alaskan Airlines.
Yeah, we were.
Which is a Virgin.
It's really
airline.
Virgin. It's Virgin Planes with the
And-
Alaskan name tattooed onto
So
it.
a little backstory.
Oh yeah, so
for me,
this is funny because all these people were ready to take down Cheryl.
Yes.
Now, Cheryl, what did you do when
So-
you were younger?
So all of these people are like ready to take me. And it's just baby wipes, guys. It's literally just baby wipes.
She's like, I don't even need them. And they're like, she wants them. And
I was like, throw them away. But when I was younger, when I was like 13 years old, I took a trip, like a field trip to Florida, and I knew nobody. And I went with this evil girl that was a student with me, and she decided to shoplift from a Virgin like store. It's like a weird like novelty store. Yeah, they used to have them. Those are out of business now. So she decided to shoplift, and then she thought it would be a good idea to use me as a accessory to like
A
hide.
mule.
What?
A drug mule.
Yes, as a
real
mule.
mule.
Without my knowledge. So as we were leaving, the security guards stopped us and pulled her and I aside, and we're just like, ma'am, like, can you take everything out of your bag? So this has happened before with Virgin. And then she pulls out this hat, and I was like, the fuck is that? So she stole this hat, used me, and long story, I mean, that was a long story, but I'm banned from Virgin stores. I'm
We're questioning
and
maybe
Air-
Virgin Airlines also. I don't
and
know.
Yes,
Her picture.
Virgin
might be
Airlines.
distributed.
We're like, how deep does this go?
So when they were up there, I was like, this isn't baby wipes. They found me. They got me. I've lived this long avoiding Virgin, and a fucking trip to Washington did it. Some baby wipes took me down.
They'll make movies about her one day where literally she gets brought down by some baby wipes in the middle of the SeaTac airport.
They're like, we were waiting for this day.
Yeah. But I mean, like, then they realize their mistake. But the best part is that, like, the boy Skip, the TSA agent, is like, oh, you're all clear here. And as soon as the all clear sign goes up, everyone up there pretends like they're suddenly having to do something, and they all go in different directions. They're like, oh, and they all, like, leave. So they disperse. And then they give her bag, and they fucking put her on another table, and it's totally in disarray. So Cheryl's got to repack
The guy who took
entire
everything
thing.
out and searched through all the shoes and all the clothes and got to the bottom and found the baby wipes. He doesn't even know where to start to put this bag back together. He's like, do you want me to try to do this? And Cheryl's like, just give me my stuff. I'm leaving. And he's like, yeah, okay, I'm sorry.
Messed up my whole system. I had my dirty clothes in one shoe, my like clean clothes in the other shoe.
And I shit you not, that's exactly when he pulled it out of her shoes. He was like, dirty clothes? He's like, oh, underwear? And he's like, what? And then Cheryl's just standing there like, yeah, so what? Yeah.
But also,
She's like
he was
straight-faced.
slightly impressed.
Yeah, you could tell.
Good job.
Yeah, you could tell he was slightly impressed by the whole thing. So then Cheryl is on the other table putting her bag back together. Colin goes over to like put his hand on her shoulder to be like, it's okay. And so then we live another day where Cheryl did not get confiscated by Virgin Airlines. So we're like, it's Alaska and it's fine. But then we get on the plane, and that's a whole nother scenario because we didn't realize this at the time. But Seattle started getting snow too, because we've been in the airport this whole time. We didn't see outside. But Seattle started getting snow too, and every flight out of Seattle, ours was at 5:30 scheduled, but every flight after that, like 6 and over, got delayed. Like they couldn't get out.
This was my background story because I work with someone who was also in Seattle the same time, and their flight from to LAX was at 6:30, and they didn't show up to work the next day till 4 p.m. because their flight didn't go. They said all the flights
I was
past
gonna bring that up. I'm
ours.
pretty
Yeah.
sure our flight was the last
It was the
one
last
out
one to
before it got
go, and
delayed,
we were super
which
delayed,
is crazy
but we
because
made
also
it.
on our way out, it was one of the last ones out because everyone kept getting struck by lightning. So we got some lucky flights. It was good times.
But the airplane was so cool.
So here's the thing. They put us, because Virgin merged with Alaskan, they put us on a Virgin plane. So it had like these cool like tablets that folded up over your chair.
Our second airplane was dramatically better than our first.
Yeah,
airplane.
exactly.
You
It
could,
was
like,
dramatically
text
better.
each other by the seat. Like if you knew somebody in
Yeah.
another seat, your seat could text another seat.
And they had free movies. It was a whole thing. And then we were joking that Cheryl made it this far on a Virgin plane. She was like, they don't even know she's here, and we get to like do all this. But like the coolest part was that like we were literally the last plane to go out because they had to go into like a whole de-icing thing. So like in SeaTac, they know.
Like de-iced our plane, and then we got on it, and they de-iced it again.
Yes,
I know.
that's how long it took for like the line, whereas like we got de-iced and
But
then they had
also,
to do it again.
Tatiana does this thing where she doesn't want to be in the front of the plane. So
Nope.
she's like, nah, I don't want those seats. So we end up getting like emergency seats every time.
I would like to mention that I was slightly upset that I sat in the emergency lane because I had 15 minutes left of Crazy Rich Asians because I wasn't allowed to watch during the beginning of the ride.
Anna
have
was
it up at
so
the beginning.
upset that she was in the. So okay,
But like,
my backstory is I'm afraid
so
to
much
fly.
leg room.
We have so much leg room.
We did.
So
which is
my
normally
my
not
background
as
is I don't like like flying, and when I do, I don't want to be at the front of the plane. I want to be at the back of the plane. So I switched all of our tickets because I have that power, and so I switched our tickets to the emergency row. But I didn't tell Anna. I forgot. I didn't tell Anna until we loaded onto the plane, and she's sitting there looking at this giant
And
door.
then they left me by the door, and they're like, it was like, well, you know what? If the plane goes down, I'm not helping anyone. So
And I'm used to this because I've flown with her before. Also, we've learned that they don't give a shit if you drink in the emergency exit.
Very true. Also, another one of the perks of sitting in the emergency seat is you get one of the stewards sitting facing you. He just sits there and stares at you
staring at
the
me!
whole time. Just
He just laughed at us.
your
the whole
job's the
time.
door. Don't fuck it
We're
up.
hilarious.
I put my best stand-up material for him because he was staring right into Anna's soul, and I knew it made Anna uncomfortable. So I was like,
I
we
would
need
not make eye contact.
And so I was like,
so
we
uncomfortable.
made the funniest like conversation we could, and he was laughing. He had a good
I
time.
ended up talking about like how T-Rexes tantalize each other with their tiny arms.
Yeah, she did. She talked about T-Rex porn while we were sitting there.
Porn.
Can I hear that story right now, please?
It's like it's a whole thing. Like they think that like T-Rexes adapted tiny arms to tantalize the women with their tiny arms, but that's not true. It's
So
an
they're more
allometric
dexterous.
thing that like
The
they
smaller the
got
hand, the
really
more
big
dexterous.
heads, so their arms got really small as a result. But it wasn't like an adaptation. It's a whole thing.
I love it. It's my new favorite fact.
So there's one story we haven't yet told, and it's a little story to explain Anna.
What is how Anna said she's gonna punch me.
Okay, this is probably the most important story. This is what we're gonna end our night on. This is what we're ending it.
The story of how Anna became a biker.
Of how Anna had a factory reset, and now she's never the same. Audience, all of you party goers out there who are listening and having fun with us, this is not the same Anna that we met freshman year of college. And let me tell you, Cheryl, you can take this away.
All right, so Anna is a big napper. This is like a thing. But we were really tired. We'd been drinking all weekend, and we all needed naps. And Anna was like slurring and just like messing up her words. And she needed a nap. Yeah, she was sober, so we knew she needed a nap at that point. And then we were like, you just need a factory reset. Like, this is just what needs to happen. The day before, Tatiana was like literally, her body did a forced shutdown on her. Like she just needed to just like shut her ass down. And then this was happening to Anna, except it was a factory reset. Like, it wasn't even just a forced shutdown. It was just a factory reset. And we joked about it too before her nap. And then she took a nap. I think it was like 30 minutes. It wasn't long at all.
It was like 3 hours. No, I finished Fire Festival. You guys start some stupid movie after. I don't want to watch this.
She would have never said this
Incredibles
freshman
2.
year.
No, okay, you didn't start a stupid movie. You started Incredibles 2, which was a great movie, but I already saw it. So I was like, this is my time to shine. So I shut my eyes.
So she wakes up, and the first thing that she says, the first thing out of her mouth, I don't know what Sarah was talking about, but Anna looks at her and says, "I want to punch you." And then we were like,
I
"What?"
know.
We were
And
like,
she goes,
"Anna."
"You didn't let me finish." And then she goes, "In the face."
We thought she was going to say sorry or something. No. She goes, "You didn't let me finish." In the face. And Sarah gasps once again, because how the hell did we know this was going to happen?
And nobody talks to Sarah like this.
I do.
At all.
I do.
Nobody dares to talk to
Nobody
Sarah
wants
like
to
that.
punch me.
Except for me. In the
And
moment.
she still does.
No.
What else was there?
And then the next morning when it's snowing, I don't know what Colin did. He did something to piss Anna
Colin
off.
said something.
And
I
do you
was
know
Real
what?
guilty right
Do you know
now.
what Anna said to Colin? She said, "I will put you in the snow."
Referring to his face.
So this was all loosely
Like 6 feet deep.
you know,
And then at the airport, while there's people around, she goes, "You guys keep saying you guys want to punch me, and she's so small, and people
Yeah,
believe her."
people. She's okay. Anna is 5 foot. Are you 5 foot?
I am.
5 foot. So when Anna says that we're making fun, it looks like we have a 12-year-old with us and we are abusing her. So when she's saying in the airport, y'all want, are against me, everyone at the airport looks at us like we're child trafficking her. Yeah, like we are like the worst people.
When we were boarding the plane, some of us got pulled aside. They're like, "Is that 15-year-old with you?" And we're like, "Yeah, she's with us."
Oh yeah, is that minor with you?
Yeah, so my friends, they just like don't understand. Well, they now understand my aggressiveness that comes out.
It came after this
But
factory reset.
I mean,
But we've known each other for a while, and once you're very close to me and I nap around you frequently, it'd been probably like the 50th nap I've had around them, so they know.
We know she takes like 3 naps a day
Yeah.
usually, but she was down to 1 nap in 3 days. We didn't know what was gonna happen.
it was a lot. And you know what? I didn't stay up until 4
very
in the
exciting.
morning, but I was tired. I love naps, and so when I just hear something like a sassy remark after a nap, I love it. I appreciate it. But
This
I'm gonna
has
sass
been
you.
multiple sassy remarks after that one nap.
I
Ever since.
I've been sassy since birth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sarah's
Sarah.
been sassy since
Which is
birth.
why no one dares to punch her in the
Yeah,
face.
But I can sass Sarah, and Sarah can sass
Yeah.
me, and it doesn't matter.
But then-
Apparently Anna
But
cannot
I
punch
can
me
now
in the
punch
face.
her.
But then, so at the airport, after we all are aware that Anna had this
While
factory
we're reading
reset,
J14 magazine.
Why'd you have to bring that?
Tiger Beat J14.
That's a
whatever
whole-
it was.
That's a whole nother episode we'll get to where we read J14 Tiger Beat magazine. Okay, Anna? Well,
Speaking
she
of
foreshadowed
parties, Colin, can you get the fuck out, please?
Yeah. Colin, it's been great having you. I'm really tired. And
Yeah.
you're about to take your shirt off. I can just
Please
tell.
leave
It
before
is-
you take your
it
shirt
is-
off.
It is 9 o'clock, isn't it? It's
It's
time. I'm not taking my own shirt off.
Stop taking
My
your shirt off.
is being taken off of me. This is-
my shirt.
It's been great.
Get the hell out.
Thanks for having me.
Get the hell out.
Adios.
Bye. All right, everyone. Well.
Not only did we survive Washington, the state with the most serial killers,
You're right.
probably.
Oh no, it's for sure. That's
Yeah.
for sure. But you survived your second episode of Please Leave by 9. Oh my God. You should get a certificate or award or
Or
something.
some Pedialyte to take care of that hangover.
You're right. You should probably get some Pedialyte, maybe some bacon. But if you're vegan,
Ooh,
maybe
coconut water.
Ooh, coconut water.
Hydrate or dihydrate.
Hydrate or dihydrate. Well, thanks for joining us for this party. Can't wait to see you at the next one. I hope you're alive
Yeah.
for that.
Drink
you know?
up.
That wasn't a threat. I mean it.
Yeah.
Bye.
Don't die before I see you next.
Yes, don't die before we see you next, okay? Bye.